Good evening, traders. Welcome back to another episode of Greenback Riders Trading Academy. Today is April the 16th, 2025, and we will be looking at what happened in the markets today and what we are expecting for tomorrow and the rest of the week. As always, if you're liking the content of these videos, please make sure to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and click on the notification icon. Let us now take a look at what happened in the markets today. So I was expecting the overnight session to come to the 5250. That did not happen, but okay, that was good. We could capture the whole drop towards the 5250 area. So let us take a look at what happened in the markets today. So this is where the market opened up. We had this Globex low right here at the 5338 area, and the market was holding this 5350 level of support. So this was the first 930 bar that happened. The bigger box that you see inside is the 930 to the 931 box, and this particular box that is inside that bigger box is actually the 1115 to the 1120 bar. So as we see, the first candle stayed within the 930 to 931 box. This candle actually broke out. I actually did not want to go long right here on bar number 1 and 2 because we had a very tight channel, and I was thinking that there will be a further drop down into the 5350 areas. We did not get a stop order activated above bar number 2, and as soon as bar number 3 failed, we shorted one contract below the bar number 3, we shorted one more contract below bar number 4, and this 5350 was the exit that we took. And then we got the first entry long. We came back down to 5350. We trapped the bears below this particular bar, and then we got a nice second entry long, right? And we took the second entry long, and we came out of all our contracts at the top of the 930 to the 931 box. But then this was looking like a bull flag, and so we actually went long again after above this 5380 line that we had, which is the major 4-hour line. But as soon as I saw that there was a double top with this particular candle, I wanted the candle to close above the high of this. But as we saw, there was a double top right there, and the price kept coming down. And if you see, this did not initiate a buy above, but it initiated a sell below, and this particular candle actually closed below the low of the prior candle. So we came out of all our long positions at that point of time, because this is where we had the order block, and I did not want to hold on to that particular long position at that point. However, this candle was so strong, I did not do anything in this area. But after these 3 consecutive bear bars, we actually shorted below this 5380 line, and this was our target at that point of time. Now, why was this the target, the 62 area? Because this was the first pullback that happened, and then we had the channel started. So I was thinking that the price will come down to the low of the channel once again. And then the price was actually in this particular channel, in this particular bearish channel. We kept on scalping shorts whenever we went up to the top of the channel. And finally at around 115, we stopped doing that. We knew that Powell will be talking at 1:30, so we were waiting for that. And right as Powell started talking, we got this great dump to the downside, and we broke down this 5340 level as well. We were not in any trades at this point of time, but I took a chance and short. When the next candle pulled back to the 5340 area, I shorted there, and our first exit was at the 5307 level. We came below the 5307 level, then we did a two-legged pullback. We came back to this EMA band, and then we dropped again, and then we shorted below this 5307 level. The first target was the 5278, and then we were looking at this 5257 line, which was a strong support on the hourly bar at that point of time, and we came out of our contracts there. And after that, I was thinking that we will get down to 5250, but we may not break down 5250 today, and exactly that happened. And right from 5250, we went up to 5307 and the 5316 areas to the upside. So let us now take a look at what we are expecting for tomorrow. And first we will look at the price action expectations, and then we will see how the gamma positions are placed. Let us first take a look at the weekly chart. This was last week's candle, and now we have another candle here. So we had this new low, we had this first entry long, now we are pulling back. And if you are drawing a fib right on the top of the first week's candle, you will see that we are right at the upper 33%, which is the 66% line, which happens to be at 5293.75 here. Now we came below that, and we got support at the 5250 area, and we have closed above this bar right now. Now, if we are breaking down this 5295 area once again, then we can revisit. We will see if we are getting a double top on the daily chart at that point of time, or if we are breaking down, we can easily come down to the 50% of last week, which happens to be at 5182, and then we can continue down to the 2024 11%, which was the 5155 or the 5153 areas. So that will be another 100-point drop from here, and then we will see if we are continuing down maybe to the 5110 and then to the 5078. One possible possibility is if the bears are really strong and if there is a news laden market, if there is continuous news that are coming in and the market is beginning to drop, I am actually thinking that we may actually come and test this pink box, which happens to be the Monday 9:30 open of last week. So visiting this 4978 to the 64 area also becomes a possibility at that point of time. But we will have to wait and see how this market opens up tonight, where we are placed tomorrow morning, how far, what the market has done in the overnight sessions, and then we can take that decision, right? But as of now, as long as we are not breaking down this 5250 to the 5247 areas, I will not look for a great short opportunity. But if we are breaking this down, our first target will be the 5217 area, followed by the 5181 area, and then we will see if we are coming down to the 5148 and farther down to these levels. Let us take a look at the daily chart right now. So if you see here, after this new high got created, this was the first entry short. Then we pulled back right here. This created the second entry short. We gapped down yesterday. The overnight session actually closed the gap with a wick, and then we continued down farther to these levels. So this inside bar already created the second entry short to the downside, and we got a very good short to the downside today, getting around 173 points to the downside. Now, one more thing that we have to notice is on this particular daily chart, we have re-entered this channel, right? So if we are breaking this down, we can get down to the 5217 level and then to this 50%, and we can also tag this particular area at 514041 line. If we are breaking down this and we are continuing to come down strong, we can actually come to this 5141 line. Now, so if you see on this daily chart, we actually sold below this particular candle and we have a red candle as of now. Although we do have a strong wick at the bottom, we do not know whether we will be able to recover this 5308. The market closed below the 5308 at 5 o'clock. So if we are not able to get above this 5308 line, we may again come down to this 5278 and to the 5250 line, and then continue to these lows as we discussed earlier. Now, as we go into the lower time frames on the 1 hour, there are some more lines that we will be talking about. But as of now, on the daily chart, these are the levels that needs to hold. For the bears, the 5308 to the 5316 area should hold, and then they should break it down, break below this 5250 area and continue to the downside. And the bulls would want to hold above this 5308 line, and then we will see if we are breaking out of this channel line again, which happens to be at the 5366 level. So if we are breaking out of this channel lines again, and we are breaking out of this 930 to the 931 box from today, we can again reach these areas to the upside. We can get back to the 5429 line, and if we are getting back to the 5429 line, and at that point, if we see that the 5429 line is being breaking out, and if we are breaking out of this, then again these lines will come into the picture, the 5520, 5536, just like we have been talking all of the previous week. But one more thing that we will be looking at, this was a strong bull bar, right? So there can be bulls present anywhere in these areas. So if you are coming down below the 5144 area and then taking out the 5214 areas once again, if we are taking it out and keep going to the upside, we may actually come back to the 5250 area, take that out, and at that point of time, it can actually keep going to the upside. So on the daily chart, we had this first entry long, we had a pullback, we have the second entry long. Now the second entry long's bottom has not yet been broken, right? So we are playing in the reverse direction against this candle, but this was just again one candle. We did not even get a follow through, and we are still within the range of this particular mother bar. So do remember to keep the mother bar fibs on, as we have on this particular chart. So on this particular chart, these fib levels that you see, these are the Thursday mother bar fib levels. So we are below the 33%. We came to the 21%. I was actually thinking that we will come down to this 11%. So now if we are breaking down this 21% again, the bottom 21%, there's a high probability to visit this 5240 and then to the 5206 areas, and then we will see if we can get to the subsequent extension levels as well. Now all the charts that we are discussing right now, the link to those are given in the description below. So just in case you want to refer back to those charts, please go to the description and click on those links. Let us now take a look at the 4-hour chart. So on the 4-hour chart, you will see that after this new high was created, we got the first leg down, we pulled back, we got the second leg down, and then we had a 2-legged pullback to the upside. Actually, it was a 3-legged pullback, considering that this was a inside bar, and then we had this hourly wedge top, or the 4-hour wedge top, whatever you say, and from there we got the first leg down, then we had a couple of inside bars, went back again in 2 legs, and after this high was created, this is not a new high, right? This is a lower high. We had a strong outside up bar here that did not get a follow through, and from here we got the first leg down, we pulled back, we got the second leg down as well. And from this particular top, if you're trying to get a measured move to the downside from this particular top, you will see that we came back till here and we pulled back till here, and we got our 1:1 at the 5 to around the 5268 areas right here. So that 1:1 is done. Now we will have to see if we are breaking it down further, then we can get to this the 5190 to the 5111 to the 1:2 areas, and then finally 1:3 happens to be in this particular box that we have from last week's Monday. Now, on the other hand, this is another 4-hour channel line. So if we are going back up, we do not know at what point of time we will hit there. We can hit this particular channel line to the top and we can drop once again. Also, right here, we have a very tight channel, right? So as we were talking, we may come back to the 930 to the 931 box and then get rejected again and do one more leg down. At that point of time, it can also come and create a wedge, or it may just get stuck in this particular daily trend line that we have. Now, if you see today, the 930 to the 931 box and the 1115 to the 1120 box, they are actually together. So this area may actually create a very strong area of resistance tomorrow, and if the price comes up back here, we have to be very, very careful. So for now, I will keep these two trend lines on the 4-hour chart and see how it behaves. The first change of character will actually happen above 5402, but on the 4-hour chart, this 5342 area, or the 5340 area, is the major low that has been broken down. We will check that on the 1-hour chart as well. So the price may actually come back to this 5340 area, retest this breakdown, and then start dropping again, or otherwise it will take it out and try to do a double top here or get above this and keep moving to the upside. So the support and resistance areas does not change. It is only that we are looking for the measured move areas and taking our profits accordingly. Having said that, let us now take a look at the 1-hour chart. Now, if you look at this thing, we are in this 1-hour channel, right? We broke down below the channel, we got our targets here, and then we have moved back above the channel. But this again is our first entry long, right? So there's a high probability that we will come down below the low of one of the bars, and then we will get a second entry long that will take us to the top of the channel. It can break out of the channel and come up here as well. But since this is a very good channel at this point, I am thinking that the first breakout will fail and the price will come back down again. And that can happen somewhere between 5367 to the 5432 areas again. It is also possible that we break out overnight itself, we come up here, and then we go and do a new low or a double bottom with this 5250 area in the morning, and then we start bouncing and break out of this and get to the top. Otherwise, if we are breaking down these levels, if you're breaking down this particular daily line that we drew, then the price may actually come down to 5217, the 5179, and all those subsequent levels that we talked about. So if you see on the 1-hour chart right here, this was the first leg down, we went back up, this was the second leg down, we did a little pullback, this was the third leg down, then we had a strong pullback, and then we broke down below the third leg and we have another leg to the downside. Now, based on the leg counting principles, I would like to show you what happened on the 5-minute chart today. So after this drop right here, this was the first reversal attempt. This created a new low. This had the second reversal attempt. And as the second reversal attempt broke down strong, we were expecting two more legs, right? So this was the first leg down. This was a two-legged pullback back to the channel. And then we had another leg down. We have actually gapped up open above this 5308 line. So we will have to see how far it goes if we actually get a change of character above this 5316, or we fail right here and we start coming down for a few legs to the downside. So there are some leg counting rules which are actually put in our Discord under the trading strategies section. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, please go to the trading strategies section and you'll find all the details there. Let us now take a look at the SPX gamma levels. This is how the SPX gamma levels are set right now. The 5275 area actually has the maximum gamma. So if we are opening below that, this 5275 to the 5280 area can become a strong area of resistance. However, if we can get above that, this will be our first target at the 5300. And if we can get above 5300, we can actually squeeze to the 5324 to the 5350 areas, and then to the 5375 area as well to the upside. However, if we are not able to cross above this, or we open above this in this particular area and then we jump down from here, the first level we would be seeing is the 5250 area. And since this is the third put open interest and the third call open interest as well, we can come down to the 5225 below this, and then we can actually get to this 5200, which which happens to be a very good support here as well. Now, I would actually match up this 5200 with the 5250 line that we have. So we will have to compare that at that point of time. Today, throughout the day, there was a 30-point difference between the SPX spot price and the ES spot price. So tomorrow we will have to see how that happens. Most of the days we are having a 30 to 40 point spread between ES and SPX. But if we are breaking down this based on the gamma levels that we have right now, there is no proper support to the downside and the price may just flush below this. Similarly, if we are getting above this 5300, there is a possibility that we will keep a squeeze up to the 5375 areas as well. At this point of time, I would like to remind that I stay live on Google Meet every day starting around 9 o'clock in the morning, and most of the days I'm there till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And even after that, if there is any setup that I find, I put it up on Discord. So if you are interested in joining that call, the link to our free Discord server is given in the description below. Once you are in the server, you will see that the Google Meet link will pop up in the webinar channel sometime around 8:45 in the morning. So that is all the analysis I have for now. I will end this video right here and I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of the night, everyone. Bye.